Hello and welcome to the Versatile Artist. Thank you for being here again this week, and I hope you're all doing fine wherever you are. And before we actually dive into today's video, I wanted to let you know that I have identified the winners of my birthday giveaway of this year, and I have actually contacted all the winners already via personal message, so congratulations and thank you to everyone who has entered this giveaway. That was great fun and I'm sure I will do this again, so stay tuned. But now let's dive into today's topic. We're all in this pandemic, and we have been for a long time, like 10 months or so, at least since the first lockdown started here. And I was wondering what you are missing the most throughout these lockdowns and restrictions and the major change in our lives. And when I think about that, it's definitely the personal, or being able to personally meet my friends and my family and to being able to hug them. I really miss that very much, and I can't wait to finally being able to just spend quality time with them and hug them. The other thing that I really miss is going to a cafe to just to have a really nice coffee somebody else is making for me, or to write in a coffee, just because I sometimes actually really need a different set of walls around myself to being able to write without the distractions my own home is constantly throwing at me. Suddenly there's this cupboard that wants to be decluttered, even though I have to write 10 pages and stuff, So I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But also, to be in a cafe and just have a random chat, observe people, learn from other people. But there's something I have learned through the pandemic. I've learned quite a lot of things, but there's something specific I want to address today, and that is editing. And it's not about editing itself, it's about learning a new skill that I thought I could never enjoy, because of course I had to learn editing at film school, but because I didn't enjoy it at the time, or at least not the patience for it, because I focused on writing and directing, and I thought there would always be somebody else who's going to edit my film, so why bother too much? So I never really got into editing. But when I first started this channel, and for those who have watched my videos from early on, you might have noticed that things have changed. At the beginning, my videos were shot in one go, so there was no editing at all. I didn't have the time to edit at the time, and because I didn't have the skills developed yet, I didn't feel confident that I could tackle that task within a reasonable time. But then after a while, I don't even know how it started, but I wanted to experiment a little more with my videos. I wanted to try out things, and I had given myself the allowance to try and fail. I think that is very much key to how this all came about in the end. And so I very, very slowly started to do some little editing of my videos. I tried out things. I could actually film more different kind of footage, sometimes a lot of snow, as you have seen in recent weeks, because we have a lot of snow at the moment. But the thing is that through this experimentation, through trying and failing, I actually developed my editing skills quite a lot. Don't get me wrong, I don't think at this point that I will ever be or work as a professional editor, because I know how much training goes into that, and I know how much experience you need to be really good at that. And for my own films, I will, generally speaking, because there's one exception I will address in just a few minutes, I will always hire an editor. So that's not my goal, but I actually have a goal. I'd never had a goal. I think that's also key to it. I just did it because it was fun, and that was a huge surprise, that editing became actually fun. What I also discovered is that very slowly but gradually I started to become more curious about editing, and I started to learn about it and experiment with it. I learned what you can do with it. I mean, by far I haven't reached the full potential yet, of course, but I started to enjoy it, and through that, and by editing at least a video per week, I've become pretty okay, I would say. I know where I'm good and where I'm not good, so I don't say that I'm a fantastic editor at all, but week by week I keep learning, and week by week I try out new things, and I have definitely increased my confidence through that process. The thing is, what happened in the last few weeks is that, my son and I, we made a film together just as a summer holiday project. So we wrote it together, we filmed it together, and that was in 2019. And until last week, it was unedited, this film, which was pretty much a shame. But because I never edited anything, I felt like I couldn't do it, and it felt overwhelming to just tackle the task. And then suddenly I had just finished the marking for university, and I just thought, well, let's have a look at the footage. And I started editing, and I had a rough cut within an hour. I mean, it's a short film, it's just 3 minutes and a little bit, but nevertheless, something that felt like undoable for me just 1.5 years ago was suddenly something I could easily tackle. I felt very confident about. And on the next day, I finished the film together with my son. We chose some music together. We made the sound design together, and I was really surprised about the quality, because this is my son's first project. And I'm actually really proud about that as well, because this is something we will always have, a film that we made together, and it's his very first film. And I shared that film with some people, and as a result of that, I actually was asked to make a book teaser. And when I looked at what this means, what it should look like, I totally felt confident that I could do it. I know I have the skills now. I have developed those skills, but only because I wanted to occupy myself with something creative, meaning these videos here. And through that, I learned a skill, or developed a skill further, so that I was now able to take on a professional job as an editor of a book teaser and a book trailer. It's amazing, isn't it? The one who wrote the book and the publisher, they're all happy. Everybody who has seen the teaser is happy about it. And amazing, a new door opened just because of what I did last year, and there was no agenda to it at all. I just wanted to try out things and experiment, and I gave myself the time and also the allowance to not do it perfectly. And through that I grew, through that I learned. So it would be interesting to hear about your skills. What have you thought about, you should probably develop further, but it feels too much like a chore. You feel like you're not patient enough for it. Maybe it's a good time now to just experiment with it. What's the gain? You will learn something, you will develop something. What can you lose? Basically nothing. And there are a lot of offerings online that could help you with improving your skills. You can find so much information. There are online courses which are either rather cheap or for free, and you just do it. So yeah, I think that has been a long enough video, but it's something I really wanted to share so that we kind of go back a little to the beginning of, or the inception of this channel and the videos I wanted to share with you. And it is about creativity, skills, development, and of course I think these learnings can be applicable to other skills that are not necessarily within the creative field. But for me, it has been a very creative 10 months since the pandemic started, and that in itself is a huge surprise and a huge gift to be grateful for. Okay, so let me finish this video. Let me wrap it up for today. Let me know down below in the comments what kind of skills you have been working on, or which ones you are still pushing to the side, what holds you back. I always love reading your comments. They generate such an interesting dialogue, and I really appreciate them. So let me know what you think. And next week I'm going to talk about what I'm going to talk. I don't know yet. So actually, leave in the comments what you want me to talk about. In the meanwhile, I wish you a wonderful week. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay creative, and take care. Bye bye.